Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rawak, Wadash, double honor, son to the elder apostles, a great millstone, for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, a few days ago, there was a massive power outage in Europe. What caused it? So, they're talking about a few things. Net Zero blamed for Europe's biggest power cut. Now, remember the word net zero. Remember it. Experts say a reliance on solar, also remember solar, and wind power left Spain and Portugal vulnerable. So now they're blaming solar and wind power, which they say are the sustainable type of energy. I already directed people, people that watch, directed you to go watch this Michael Moore Planet of the Humans. You should really watch this. They took it off of YouTube a while ago, this thing, a few years ago, but then they put it back. Then they put it back because I think he fought against it or something like that. Here, Michael Moore film Planet of the Humans removed from YouTube. YouTube has taken down the controversial Michael Moore produced documentary Planet of the Humans in response to a copyright infringement claim. You know what's funny? Only one copy strike and it took it down, because this is a very good documentary, because normally you need to have 3 copy strike things, and he only had 1. So they're fighting amongst each other. You should watch this movie called Atlas Shrugged. It might seem like a boring movie, I looked at it and I was like, but it goes into trains, it goes into shipments, it goes into money, it goes into martial law, it goes into bringing the famine. It goes into taking the jobs away from people, which is taking the money away from people, which is famine. It's famine. So, yeah. And all 3 movies have different characters, but all of them have the same role that they play. It's crazy. I don't know what the hell they was doing there. But it's on purpose, because if it was really like, the directors... If it was really not programmed to be that way, the directors would just bring back the same actors from this first movie and then bring them into the second and bring them into the third. But they didn't do that. I was thinking what to say. They didn't do that. They made different characters play here. Different actors play here and different actors play here. All 3 of them. This is the same character as sorry, this one, supposed to be, but it's kind of irritating because I like the first cast better, because I've seen the movie, man. Come on, like, you can't just switch characters. He's not in the first character, actually. He's not in the first. He's in the first. See? Look here. This guy plays him in the second movie. And this guy plays him in the first movie. This is the stage name or something like that. And this one plays this character. Well, this one plays the character in movie 1. And this one plays that character in movie 2. So, it's just garbage. These 2, they switched these 2, and these 2 are switched once more. So it's a mess, but it's a good movie to watch. Anyway, it has something to do with this also. A reliance on net zero energy left Spain and Portugal vulnerable to the mass blackouts engulfing the region. Experts, these so-called experts. Who are these experts? I did a video showing you that these experts that they say that are experts are mostly college kids that they just bring in. Some of them are not even getting paid to do, you know, they are very influential and they are very hyped up to do something, and they'll do it for free, you know, to build up their resume or something like that. I forgot what to type in, but these experts that they often talk about, you know, critics and stuff like that, those are just some bunch of kids giving their stupid little opinion. And even if it's the older people, they're even bigger liars, you know. But the kids don't know a lot of times. In what is believed to be Europe's largest power cut, tens of millions of people were left without electricity, while flights were grounded, trains halted, and whole cities left without power, internet access, and other vital services. Let me see something. Here, Spain and Portugal use a lot of wind and solar power. Okay, so it says here, however, energy experts, there go the experts again, have blamed the heavy reliance on solar and wind farms in Spain for leaving the region's power grid vulnerable to such a crisis. They're showing you that all their so-called tech that they're lying about is not helping, and they know this, man. I mean, having electric cars and stuff like that, you don't think it's stupid? An electric plane, you don't think that's stupid? In the middle of a plane, if a power outage goes, like, but okay, good, you're dead. You know, and they have better things than that. I'm gonna give you an example of a fact. Right, I'm gonna put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But I'm gonna play media just the few first seconds.
What happens when you have something that would fit on this table, and it were on your house? Pulling energy from the quantum vacuum.
That's just the air.
Or the 0.8.
Atmospheric electricity is always present. He's talking about the air, but they just want to use fancy words. Just like how you have this one. Atmospheric water. There's always water in the atmosphere. Clouds are, of course, the most visible manifestation of atmospheric water, but even clear air contains water. Because we're breathing water right now, but you can't see it. Water in particles that are too small to be seen. Same thing with electricity. You can just get electricity out of the air. And they know how to do this. Ancient people knew how to do that too.
An energy field. You don't need utilities.
Hamites had certain things, but let me go on. It's not no Nikola Tesla thing.
J.P. Morgan famously was reported to have said to Nikola Tesla, when he had a car that had a little antenna on it that was running around where the batteries were charging themselves. J.P. Morgan said, if we can't put a meter on it, we don't want it.
Sounds like a caucus thing for him to say. An Edomite thing.
Dr. Putoff, he does zero-point energy research. He's worked for every three-letter agency. Told me personally that he knew we already had these technologies, but that if he were to bring them forward, he would be killed along with his family and children.
Anyway, this guy is talking a lot of truths, but then again, he comes up with with some real funny stuff. Well, what's his name? I don't know his name, man. I don't know this guy's name. Anyway, what's his name? Stephen? Is this his name? Oh yeah, this is him. It's right in front. I was looking for his name, but I was looking here. I was looking here. Oh, I wasn't even looking at this, man. Sorry. Right, not the most brightest in the house. Right, so here. He comes up with bullshit too. So he's full of shit. But the thing is that, you know, he comes up with these type of nonsense and things like that. And but he comes up with truths and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? DNA proof thing. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This is a joke. I don't even know what to say other than the snake lying tongue coming up out these motherfuckers, their snout. It's just ridiculous. But they speak truth and lies at the same time, because this is the truth. The thing about the energy thing.
1927, there were 2 billion people in the world. Now there's 7. So of those 2 billion people, there were very...
They don't know how many people are up on the planet Earth. What they have is they have registered people, and then therefore they can count. But let me give you an example of a fact. They don't even know how many so-called, as they call it, so-called illegal aliens are in America. They don't even know how many there are. So how can you know how many people are up on the planet Earth? You can only know it if people are documented, registered. That's the only way and the only reason that they know stuff concerning the counting of people. And the rest are estimations. Funny that this video has only 25 views since 2020. Now, if you don't know better, this is a demotivator. And Esau knows this. Because I've seen videos on my channel. A lot of people be talking, but the views... the views are low. I'm like, huh? There's more comments than views. And sometimes they delete it. So, it's still a... it does something with your psyche. With your mind. It's playing around. You mean to tell me this great information has only 25 views in 5 years? But then again, they do shadow ban things, you know? So, let me go on.
Very few people living with cars and electricity in their homes, and et cetera and so on. Now, you have 7 billion people and billions more people
it gets to here, sorry.
On that system, which has become entrenched, bureaucratically built into...
If you watch the movie Atlas Shrugged, my goodness, they're going to explain a lot of things to you. You know what I'm saying? Everything, if you put everything together, you're going to be like, oh, that's what these devils are doing. And I'm calling them devils because that is exactly what they are. Because that's what they're doing. They're doing demonic devil stuff. Y'all don't know pure hatred. Pure hatred is what Esau is doing to the world. You know, to the Israelites first and foremost, but to his own people too. That's hatred. But then again, the Most High allows him to punish the rest of the people because they're sinning against the Most High anyway. So he unleashes Satan on them. Satan is here to chin check people. For example, if you get sick, and Esau made you sick, and the Heavenly Father allowed him to make you sick, he that sinned before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. So when you get sick, from sinning, pray to the Lord. For he created the physician. And the ultimate physician is Yahweh Shai. And with him, you don't need no medicine. Like herbs and stuff like that. Let me go on.
Our funding mechanisms from the state, local, federal level of support. And also where there are a lot of very powerful stakeholders.
Okay, if you watch the movie Atlas Shrugged, which is this here, you're going to see certain type of things. You know what I'm saying? Things with the... Oh man, where did I put it? Here? Things with stakeholders and stuff like that. You're going to see how they create new laws just to screw each other over. Like, what damn, god damn, this is a devil move. They fighting each other within the high corporations and stuff like that. They're fighting each other.
And so, from a rational point of view, you'd say, well, these technologies would get us off of oil.
Same thing like how the Jacob descendants, the nobles and the princes, they were fighting amongst each other. First, it was only the not only, but let me just finish it off. First, it was the northern tribes versus the southern tribes, right? And then it became the northern tribes within each other fighting, and it became the southern tribes within each other fighting. Well, that's the same thing that's happening here with Esau.
Gas, nuclear power, no more Fukushimas. But from the point of view of people who are looking at the national security equation from a macroeconomic stability point of view, this is their worst nightmare.
What is their worst nightmare? The worst nightmare is that you can have such a device where you have infinite energy from, and then you don't need these companies anymore.
99.9% of the people on planet Earth would benefit from this.
Yes, they would.
There is a very, it's not the 1%, it's the 0.0000001%.
The wicked ruleth the earth. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. In the movie Atlas Shrugged, they show you this. Like, damn, it's them. They're the ones doing it. And they're screwing over each other too. So they're fighting amongst each other too. For what? Power, money.
Who would not benefit from this because they are the ones sitting atop the petrodollar system, the macroeconomic order, and particularly the fact that it is run and everything we're using is run.
Same thing is what the Jacob descendants do also. If I'm correct, it's the book of Acts. What is it? Acts 14? Acts 14 maybe? The Romans will come. Is it Acts 4? Maybe Acts 4. I don't know. Let me see something. Oh, John. Okay. John 11. Okay, sorry. John 11:48. If we let the Lord Yahushai thus alone, all men will believe on the Lord Yahushai. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place, status, rank, and position, and nation. We have no one to rule over anymore. Because a king without a people is, what are you? You're just what are you? You're just a regular person. You have no subjects to rule over, tell them what to do and stuff like that. So these Jacob descendants, they don't want Esau to fall, because if Esau falls, they fall. But they're not thinking that the heathen nations are going to serve them, but they don't care about that. They want to be rulers over their own. They want to be looked up to. They don't want everybody to look up to the Lord Yahushai and the Most High Yahweh. They want to be the Most High. They want to be the Lord Yahushai. They want to sit in Moses' seat, and they want you to kiss their ring, like some Godfather trick type thing. You know, they glorify status like that.
Run on a metered linear energy source, even solar and wind.
Okay, here.
If you begin to talk about the phenomena of new energy, free energy, anti-gravity, UFOs, you're stepping into an area that is the most sensitive, compartmented intelligence in the history of the United States. First, I want to give you sort of the big picture.
Also, if you, I'm not gonna play the rest. I just wanted to show you about the energy here. Well, actually, I wanted to show you all the things that he's saying. Actually, but I was gonna stop here with the solar energy and stuff like that. If you look a little further, if you watch the rest, he's gonna show you that they found out that the chariots of the Most High, they have their own gravity. There's a bubble around them, and that bubble, within that bubble, is their own gravity. It's crazy. That's why they can do this. That's why a chariot can do this. That's why it can do this, because it has his own gravity, his own gravity bubble. And Esau found that out. There's no secret that they can hide from me. He has all these secrets. He's not going to share it with the people. This guy can share it because he's an insider, a clown, a informational, disinformational type of person. Bullshittery and truth at the same time. Like, how you call this guy? Like, you had this guy, anti-vaccine Dr. Jeff Bradstreet, dead in apparent suicide. How did he die? He died with a gunshot wound to the chest, but he had a cure for autism. How did he die? You wonder? And then you have what's this guy again? Alex Jones that went into the reason I'm pulling this is to show you this, for example, as a fact. Alex Jones went into the Bohemian Grove and filmed. He's still alive. Alex Jones made a 2007 Endgame. If you watch, my man, I'll tell you one thing. The jump shot's in here. That thing is in here. You should watch it. The jump shot is in here. He literally explains how it's gonna work, how they gonna do it, what they gonna do, what it is, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna explain it to you like, damn. And he ain't dead yet. He's an insider. But I don't care about that. What do you think? We're gonna sound the alarm and make you stop listening to him. I don't listen to that devil. I watched a few of his documentaries because it's very good. It teaches you stuff. But every, like, not 30 minutes or something like that, but every, I don't know. I don't watch his stuff. But you can say every 30 minutes he has a commercial or something like that where he tells you, like, okay, buy this for me, buy that, buy this, buy that. Okay, so you're gonna type in your, credentials or whatever they call it, and then stuff is gonna be shipped to your home. Guess what? They got your number. They know exactly what house to put on that red, the red light district. To put on that on a red beam a list. So that's Alex Jones. Yeah. And that's this guy too. This same guy here. This guy. Anyway, enough of this. Let me go back to over here. Right. So the solar and the wind thing. Okay, but anyway, it says here, net zero blamed for Europe's biggest power cut. My point of showing you all... Wait. Sorry. My point of showing you all this is that they don't need that. They have infinite energy. They already have it. You have this movie called... Elysium. I don't know how you spell it. Okay, this one. Watch this. They have all the things already. It's the people down on the ground that don't have it and that are stupefied. They give the people downstairs on earth because they're in the top of the heavens and stuff like that. But what do they give the people? They give the people robotniks, trying to make you a robot. Meanwhile, they got herbs and cures and all that type of stuff with their so-called needles, but they don't use chemicals on themselves. They use herbs. They use chemicals on you. The people on earth. And of course, robotniks and stuff like that, like this. Trying to make you into a machine, and if you talk shit, they offline you. Choop! Hey man, what are you doing? Jeez. Like this movie called Upgrade. Movie. Watch this. You're gonna see something like, damn, that's what they could do with a chip? Yeah, there's that Mark stuff. And then you have another one. Implanted movie. This one, whoo, she's screaming. They're gonna be able to do this shit with the chip, man. Yeah. You're gonna have a lot of Jacob descendants with this same exact face. After they took it, they're gonna be screaming. And this one is gonna make a lot of Jacob descendants want to take it because it's gonna make you look like you're gonna be smart. You're gonna know kung fu. You're gonna be intelligent because the thing stem, which is a voice in the Dutch, stem, but not in the English. But stem is like stem cells, a cell that can turn, let's say your nose is A, the DNA A. Your ear is DNA B. Your lips are DNA C, and I don't know, just your eyes are DNA, D, whatever. A, B, C, D, right. So a stem cell, if you put it on A, it turns A. Put it on B, turn B. C, C. D, D. So that's a stem cell. It turns into whatever it's in contact with, so it shapeshifts into that one. And that is the name of the the cell. I mean the chip that they put up in this brain. I think it's spine or something like that, but it's brain. I need to watch the movie again. I only saw it one time, but it's good enough, you know. Lord willing. The fun thing is that if I watch a movie one time and then I watch it a few years later, I'm gonna learn more because I'd be like, oh yeah, I already know all those scenes, but the rest I don't know. I can't. I almost can't. Almost can't remember. It's like if I watch a movie like 3 times, but not in a row, just in 3 weeks, or yeah, you know, one time a week. Every time I watch the movie, I'll learn something new. Like, hey, I didn't see that, because in the beginning of the movie, I'm gonna focus on their faces and what they're saying. But the next time I'm gonna watch it, I already know what's coming. I already know what they're gonna say. So I'm gonna start watching the background for stuff like, hey, so what's there? My eyes are gonna start wandering around. I might notice that he has on a shoe. I was like, hey, I never saw that shoe, because I wasn't paying attention to his shoe. I was paying attention to his face while he was talking and stuff like that, you know? So it's a good thing to watch movies multiple times, especially movies like this. Oh yeah, and another one. Anon movie. Also another RFID chip movie. What they will be able to do with you once they implant you with that chip, they're gonna be able to make you hallucinate and be delusional and stuff like that. I remember this other one from Illiquity. I don't even know how to spell that word. I don't even know. This one, Equilibrium movie. This one, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know. I don't even want to try. Equilibrium. Equilibrium. This movie is a good movie too. It also goes into taking pills and suppression emotions and stuff like that. Damn, all these movies coming in my head. Sorry, man. And this one is a good movie too. 501 movie. 504 actually. 451. This one. Yeah, you should watch this movie. It's a great movie. Okay, let me just go on, right? Net zero blamed. So what happened? Now this is an article that was published on 28th of April. But what happened on 24th April? Around that time. This is the not it didn't happen exactly that time, but maybe 23 or maybe 22, and then 24 they documented, or maybe it happened the same day, then they documented the same day. But this happened. Spain terminates Israeli. Wait. Excuse me. Spain terminates Israeli ammo contract after uproar threatened to topple coalition. I almost don't even know what the hell that means. But anyway, Spain terminated Israeli ammo contract after uproar of the people threatened to topple coalition. Uproar someone. Someone got all, you know. The deal for 15 million bullets would be unilaterally cancelled, a Spanish government official says. Spain will back out of a contract to purchase Israeli arms, a government official said Thursday, in a bid to quell the backlash that nearly split the country's coalition government. So there is a kind of trouble going on up in their government and stuff like that. They're going back and forth. Again, watch this movie and then you will understand, like, oh, these are the type of things that are going on around them. They're fighting each other for what? Money's sake? Especially the transport of goods. Modern day and Prince of Tyrus or Tyree is the same thing. That's what they're doing. And they're sabotaging one another too. When this one is finna make too much money, they pass a new law to where he can't do that no more. So now they seize all this stuff. It's some crazy stuff, man, that they're doing amongst each other. right? You have certain Edomites that are basically low level, like the Most High made them rich. Here, 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 7. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes. Now, you already have the elites already being in the seats of nobles, princes, kings, and all that type of stuff, right? But then you have the regular Edomites that are just, brilliant. They're smart. They know how to make money and stuff like that. So they start to build them. They're being built up by the Most High. But I mean, like, they start to build themselves up in this world, and they start to catch attention, or they are catch attention. Let me see. They start to they start to catch the attention of these elites. Like the elites start to notice them, and then they start then they come to you like, hey, that's what they did in the movie. Like, come to you. I don't want to tell you too much, man. But anyway, they came to him and then they said like, yo, give me your stuff. I'll buy it from you. And he's like, nah, don't worry about that. And I already knew like they're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you. But I said something that is just watch the movie, because I kind of I didn't say anything. Sorry, what did I just do? I know what I did, but I don't want to tell you what I did. Maybe what I said was true. Maybe it wasn't. How about that? Just go watch it for yourself. It's a very interesting movie. It's kind of boring, but if you just pay attention, you'd be like, oh, this is what they're doing. Ah, I get it now. Right. So, they're having a little trouble over there. And then a few days later, this happened. you know, that's exactly what kind of stuff happened here, too. Not with the shutout and stuff like that, but more like, oh, you don't want to sell? I think something's going to happen to you. How about that? That's what these people are doing. They're terrorizing one another. And concerning the absolute zit, wait, let me get back to over here. So what they want to do and what they're busy with is that total reset thing, what they want to do, which is, this is just a trial run to what they're going to bring upon the planet Earth, because they said by here, it said here by 2050, sorry, shipping emissions, that means goods, will, it's not can, it will. They already planned it, man. What are they talking about? Can, it's a snake tongue devil language for, they write something but it means something else. Anyway, shipping emission can drop over 95% by 2050 with policy support, report says. International shipping can reach zero. Did you get that? That's famine. If you watch this movie with the train, with the goods, things ain't coming in. People are going to start dying. The Heavenly Father is allowing Esau to set this all up. It's taken a very long time, because just like in this movie, you have other Edomites that are not down with the elites, and then they're fighting amongst each other. They made it rich, and then they start finding out like, damn, I'm surrounded by these people. And then they're trying to fight back and whatever, but their money doesn't last long. So it's not really going to work out for them. Or very near zero, tank to wake, CO emission, CO2 emission by 2050, and achieve 95% plus reductions. What does reduction mean? The action or fact of making something smaller or less in amount, degree, or size. So the shipping, international ship, that's what the thing was about. Was one of the things what was about. One of the things that he wanted to achieve, Trump, is this: international shipping can reach to zero, because it's not going to work out anymore. It's going to be expensive. Then everybody's basically going to stake up in their own land. Right, so it says here, greenhouse gas emissions from 2018 levels in scenarios aligned to whatever. What is bullshit? It's all crapaloni. Anyway, I'll leave the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. They want to reduce the shipments of international to zero, basically. They have more things that they want to stop. They want to go to not particularly great reset way.
But remarkably, it's only led to a reduction of about 20% in global emissions.
Okay, that's happened in 2020, right? Like 20% less things. That's why they could make things more expensive, because they'd be like, oh, it's less. It's less, you know, it's a shortage. You need to pay more now, you know? But they did it. And there is no shortage. They're lying to you.
So, the way that we're eating hasn't really changed. We're still eating the same meals with roughly the same content. We are
That's gonna change.
using less energy to heat our buildings and run the appliances within them at work, but in homes we're doing more of it, so that's even more. The big factories that make our big materials, steel and cement, are still running because it's so difficult to shut them down. And what's really changed is our travel. So when you add that up,
They're planning to shut them down, by the way.
it's to about a 20% reduction. Let's turn that on its head and ask, what would it be like if we actually lived with zero emissions?
Which is their plan, which is what they're going to do, which is what they want to do, which is what the Heavenly Father will allow them to do.
Well, we would have less beef, we would stop eating beef.
They would, people are going to starve to death. So the famine is coming, and this is what they want to do. It's not like, oh, so what would happen? No. What is going to happen, not what would. Well, they should say what will happen.
Lamb and dairy.
Stop eating beef, lamb, and dairy, because they're going to take that away, and only the elites are going to be allowed to eat that.
Change our heat.
He will eat the bugs, but the Most High is going to take care of his own. So, Heavenly Father willing, this is for the comforting of the Jacob descendants. Videos like this, I'm not the only one that's talking about this. So yeah, you know, you have other people in the group called Great Millstone. They're talking about it, so you should listen to them. You can find them all over the place, you know.
From gas boilers to electric heat pumps and insulated buildings better. We'd make materials in a different way and use them much more carefully and conserve their value for longer.
Fucking devil.
And we'd travel differently. We wouldn't fly.
Wouldn't fly. That's also what they want to do, because here they already planned this in advance. Of course, they said great travel reset poll. This is bullshit. It's not true. 41% of French population favors restricting everyone to only 4 airplane flights in their entire life. To do what? To fight against global warming. Which idiot do you know that would actually go and say, yeah, I want that? No, this is a made up amount. Always when these Edomites do polls on news and stuff like that, they say 50% of the population says no, 40% says yes, and 10% is undecided. You know? Have you ever met anyone in your lifetime, throughout all the decades that you've been hearing about these polls on television, have you ever met anyone that participated in one of these polls? Especially when they say, like, yeah, in that neighborhood where you are from, you live in that neighborhood. And they say that they did polls and this percentage of the people, you know, they said this percentage said that, and this percentage was undecided and stuff like that. I have never met anyone that ever went to some stupid research poll like that. Never. They're pulling things out their butt cheeks. They're lying to you. That's what they're doing. And if they are doing it, they're doing tests for like in a city of 1 million people, or a metropolis, I don't know what you call it, a very big place of like 1 million people or something like that. And they ask like 100 people, and then maybe 1,000. They don't even spend that type of money. 100. They ask like 100 people or something like that, and then off of that 100, then they're gonna basically guess what the rest is gonna say. They're a bunch of guessers, you know.
But we would be able to use electric cars. So
Which they can stop. You can't use it. They will be able to stop it. So but you can't move around freely because they're gonna have 15-minute cities. This he's only a fool would get fooled by this devil. Like he's speaking calm, soft, doesn't cuss. This guy's a raging demon. But yeah, you know, it's just funny looking at them and just listening to them. Like, damn, this guy's a liar. Like, what? Whatever.
we'd be able to move around much more freely.
No, you won't. Look. He's lying to you by ducking his head. Like, oh no, I'm not telling the truth. Look at that. Look at them. Look at his face while telling you that. Can't even have better quality, man.
We'd be able to use electric cars, so we'd be able to move around much more freely.
He's lying to you right there, ducking his head.
We reach zero emissions, which we
You will, because the Lord is gonna allow you. That's one of the ways he's gonna start eating, and when he is about to get his belly full, the Most High is gonna rain fire upon him.
have to. We're going to make
See, we have to. No. You want to.
much more freely. When we reach zero emissions, which we have to, we're
Zero emissions. That means, wait, let me show you what they have these words. Like, what are you talking about, man? Spit it out. He can't because he's a devil. If he does it, he's gonna get resistance. You are the resistance. You know, the Terminator. They're gonna get that because the Most High said there will be sedition among men, and they will not care about their elites and nobles and their higher ups and stuff like that. You know, their princes and their kings. They're not gonna care about them. That's why they have to put, you know, a little soft-spoken voice and so-called sound articulate, what the hell that means. You know, like they speak fancy, you know, fancy, use fancy words, and you know, just like a sucker. But you know, here, namely the authors of Absolute Zero, what he's talking about, inform us that all airports in the UK except Heathrow, Glasgow, and Belfast will close in the next decade, and all air traffic will cease by the year 2050. As if they're going to go that far. Because the Most High is going to cause it to speed up. Matthew 24. You know, for the elect's sake, it shall go very fast. But this is what they're planning. All existing form of blast furnace production and all existing form of cement production will be halted by the year 2050, meaning that the construction industry has to radically change its production process or close, and that buildings will become smaller and much more expensive. What the see? This devil is going to make hell on earth for everybody, including his own people. They already have this model in Japan, sorry. Here. China too. No, it's not dog houses. It's cage homes. Cage. This is what they have in China. This is what they have in China. This thing is his whole house. Not this one. No. This one and this only. That's his house. This is somebody else's house. If I'm correct. Because I saw the video. So this is his house. And remember, these same Chinese people spit on you. When you get near them, they grab their purse. I just had that, what, 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. That's why I can't wait. I can't wait till them Edomites start robbing you, you punks again. And then Moab has these expensive pod houses, luxury for cheap. And then they want to house you in this. You can already imagine that light is gonna mess you up. Blue light. And blue light is the most powerful destructive light. Blue light. And it can mess you up. And certain lasers cannot touch blue, by the way, also. Is this
blue color appears the way it does
Right, I'm gonna put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But you can check it out through the internet, the rest of the internet, not just TikTok. And yeah, I got some stuff on there too. But anyway, so this is of course the fact checkers, but this is the truth. New conspiracy. Anyway, this is Snake Tongue Devil Nation, so when you come up with truth, they come up with that's not true, and we're the experts and scientists, and we know better. Conspiracies, right? And that type of shit. So this light gonna fuck you up. This light is gonna mess you up if you go up in there. You know, this is normal light, but yeah. I'm not racist against blue because I'm joking around, but blue is a beautiful color, but it's a very dangerous color because I don't know if you know this, but you have like a blue light that hurts your eyes. If I look at it like, hey, turn that thing off, man. And it's not even directed toward me. It could be in the distance, very far. And I look at it, and especially if it's blue light that bleeds. Meaning it's like, okay, this is bleeding light. Like it bleeds through, but this the one doesn't hurt. The deep blue, the deep one, like the really, I don't know how you explain it, like a deep blue. Not this one. I see white in it. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. If I find it, I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. This color can hurt you. It hurts your eyes. But let me go on. No. This is what they're already doing in China, and this is what they're doing in Japan. That's why a lot of these Japanese, they flee their country. Because they put them in houses like this one over here, 19 feet or square feet. But I'll put these links in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. Horrible. And they're short people too. And Esau found a way to make people smaller in order for them to fit in these small houses. He did that on purpose. I uploaded a video about that a few years ago where they show you how they make people smaller. And one example I can give is this one. They kind of took it off Google. If I click on this one, okay, look at it here. Here. Both are 19 days old. This one is 19 days. This one is 19 days. And yeah, they can make you smaller. Hey.